Without climate change, the continuous drought that has decimated the Sahel region of Africa and put more than 20 million people in severe food poverty would not have been feasible, according to a recent analysis. This area of Africa, which is among the most impoverished parts of the globe, has been experiencing its worst drought in 40 years, since October 2020, as a result of an unprecedented 5 consecutive dry seasons. Large portions of Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Sudan, Chad, Nigeria have suffered catastrophic effects from the drought, including tens of thousands of deaths, crop failure, livestock starvation, widespread chronic hunger, and water scarcity. This terrible drought would not have occurred in a world without human-caused climate change. Due to climate change and ineffective land management, Northern Africa has recently witnessed a major reduction in the quality of its arable land. National and local authorities are working together under the Great Green Wall program in an effort to buck this trend. The majority of the on-the-ground construction was initially intended to be centered over a strip of territory that ran from Dakar in the west to Djibouti in the east. This area was 7,775 kilometers long and 15 kilometers wide. Since then, the project has grown to encompass nations in both northern and western Africa. Ethiopia, Sudan, Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Eritrea, Mauritania, and Senegal, Djibouti are among the Sahel-Sahara nations that have joined forces to fight soil degradation and bring back native plants life to the area. The most frequent causes of land degradation include overfarming, overgrazing, climate change, and harsh weather. These issues are both related to people and to the environment. Land degradation, for example, poses significant risks to agricultural productivity, food security, and quality of life, in addition to harming the environment and the land. Nowhere is this problem more critical than in sub-Saharan Africa, where over 500 million people are thought to live on land that is being degraded by desertification, the most severe type. Senior environmental specialist Jean-Marc Sinasamy works for the Global Environmental Facility, or the GEF. He assists in overseeing a project created under the Great Green Wall idea in collaboration with Sahel and West African nations. The Global Environment Facility has been a part of the initiative from the outset, assisting in the gathering of national leaders in Bonn, Germany, in February 2011 at the UN Convention to Combat Desertification's headquarters. Financial and technical assistance is also offered by the World Bank and other environmental and global development-related organizations. Sinasamy views the collaboration as a rare chance to engage throughout the region from a position of strength politically. How much will building the wall cost? The Great Green Wall effort is starting to report promising early results after spending the greater part of the year brainstorming, organizing, and forming alliances with local authorities. The $2 billion worth budget for the project, which is mostly supported by the World Bank co-financing and alliances promoted by the African Union, assures that participating nations will have the resources to carry the project through to completion. More than 50,000 acres of trees have been planted in Senegal as an example of success, the majority of them being members of the Acacia species Senegalia senegal, which is valued commercially for the gum arabic it produces. Gum arabic is mostly utilized as an ingredient in food. A tiny percentage of the trees also produce fruit, which, when they are fully grown, will aid in reducing the severe levels of starvation in the rural interior of the nation. How far is the project? The Burkinabe people and the eco-friendly search engine Ecosia have been working together since 2014. In the year 2017, Ecosia expanded their campaign to Ethiopia, and the following year it did the same in Senegal. It's worth knowing that Ecosia claims that it has planted over 15,117,046 trees and rehabilitated over 14,137 hectares of land in Burkina Faso. As of September 2021, it had planted more than 1,424,748 trees and restored 300 hectares in Senegal and more than 9,963,757 trees and restored over 3,609 hectares in Ethiopia. 2015's Dryland Monitoring Week evaluated the situation of dry land measurement and sparked cooperation for extensive, thorough monitoring. Planning, plantings, and land restoration then took place, including in Ethiopia, Senegal, Nigeria, and Sudan, along with vegetation, selection, and collaboration with the local population. 21 nations had Great Green Wall-related projects in 2016 that included farmer-supported natural regeneration. In Burkina Faso, for example, bare land restoration has been successfully shown. However, security is a concern due to terrorist activities. The BBC stated that Senegal has made the most progress in September 2017. In March, 2 years later, 15% of the wall was finished, with substantial advancements made in Senegal, Ethiopia, and Nigeria. Over 11 million trees had been planted in Senegal, 4.9 million hectares of degraded land have been restored in Nigeria, and 15 million hectares have been recovered in Ethiopia. A report is ordered by the United Nations, Convention to Combat Desertification, and released on September 7, 2020, marking the program's 15th anniversary of launch. According to reports, just 4 million hectares of Great Green Wall's intended area has been planted. Ethiopia has achieved the most success, having planted 5.5 billion seedlings, whereas Chad has only done so with 1.1 million. The likelihood of the 12 million trees planted in Senegal surviving was questioned. The Great Green Wall Accelerator, which aims to facilitate collaboration and coordination among funders and involved stakeholders across 11 nations, was launched in 2021 of January thanks to a $14.3 billion promise from the project's partners at the One Planet Summit, which gave the initiative a boost. According to the French Development Agency's projection from September 2021, 350,000 jobs and 20 million hectares of land had been restored. One reason the project has faced implementation difficulties, according to the second edition of the Global Land Outlook, published by the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification in April of 2022, is the political risk associated with investing in more fragile nations, as well as the fact that many GGW projects generate low economic returns compared to the significant environmental and social benefits accrued that often have little or no market value. International donors also appear to prefer investing in more stable countries, selectively choosing which projects they will support, neglecting those with less secure governments. Therefore, the project's potential social impact is even more significant. In Mali, where drought and poverty have compounded a rise in political and religious extremism, the BBC finds that improvements in land inequality and economic opportunities may aid in reducing terrorism. So there we have it. Thanks for watching this video to the end. What do you think about the Great Green Wall project? Let us know in the comment section what you think, and the best comments will be pinned. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification icon.